Cincinnati Bengals and the Denver Broncos. With that, we head across the Atlantic to London. Standing by with the call and maybe a little jet-lagged, here are Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach, thank you. We are about 4,300 miles away from you there in Orlando as we come to you from the European home of the NFL, London, England. Coming up, another edition of the NFL International Series, and it should be a good one, between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Denver Broncos. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And before kickoff, Charles, quickly, your keys to the game.
Well, partner, I could give you the standard ones, turnovers, special teams play. But here's one that doesn't get talked about much anymore, and that's time of possession. Whoever controls the football, gives their defense a break, and takes care of business, that's the team that's going to win this ball game.
Now the big leg of Matt Prater ready to get this one started. And we are underway here in London. This fielded at the 2. Oh, look at the juke. And not a bad return. Here he gets it out to the 25-yard line. So here are the Broncos now for their opening drive. And they're led out by a guy who learned from one of the great ones in his first few years in Tom Brady. This is Jimmy Garoppolo.
When you're back up to one of the all-time great players, if you don't spend time picking that guy's brain or just watching and observing how he does things to increase your game, then you've wasted that time. I don't think Jimmy Garoppolo is that type of a player. I think those lessons learned have a chance to transmit themselves very well.
Here we go. Ready? Check 55. Here we go. Mike 55. Mike 55. Mike 55.
A first carry now for Kareem Hunt. He'll have a first down past the 40. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a first down. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, where that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
Now a run on first down is not going to get off the ground as they will get him behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of 3. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 13.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Here we go. 180. Come on. Switch.
They'll run with Hunt on 2nd down. And he's going to bowl his way forward to the 48. It looks like a pickup of 6. That leaves him with 7 yards to go on 3rd down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
And a nickel look here for the Bengals as they try to defend this on 3rd.
He's not going to get me.
From the gun, it's Garoppolo. And he's got Lockett. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 29-yard line. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
Here we go.
So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 as they're down to the 29-yard line. Garoppolo looks to throw. Complete to Hilton. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. And let's look quickly here at the Denver offense.
An offensive line play is not something that comes to mind readily, but it's always a big key in a ball game. And already these guys, they're getting it done up front, as we've seen this rushing attack have some early success.
They'll come out in a four-receiver look. 3 men to the right side on 2nd and 6. Garoppolo. He'll get this one to Kupp, complete. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4. The defensive starters now for Cincinnati.
Tyrann Mathieu's instincts as a defensive back, I believe, are second to none. And that allows him to play all over the secondary. He can line up as an outside corner, inside in the slot, and that's difficult to do because you get so much traffic in there. And then, of course, they can also move him back as a safety. Anywhere you put him, though, you know he's going to end up around the football.
Here we go. Like 20. You get block me. You get block me. You get block me.
Now Garoppolo on the bootleg. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now, since it's 4th down, that should set up a field goal situation.
Sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. On is Josh Lambo for the field goal try. From the left hash, this from 37. The kick by Lambo is good. And the Broncos, the first to grace the scoreboard. It's 3-zip. So the opening drive does yield points, maybe not the 7 they wanted, but they'll take the 3.
Accumulating first downs does not go up on the scoreboard, but it does go into the DNA of a team that's trying to establish itself to start a game. That has to feel pretty good for them. They'll take the 3.
Yeah, they had 3 first downs and 3 points. Now after the made field goal, back out Lambo to kick this one off. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Here come the Bengals now to take over. They're led onto the field by their quarterback, a man who's made quite the name for himself in the NFL, and that's Russell Wilson.
And when I think of Russell Wilson, I think not just of the big plays that he's made, and those are considerable, but when they were made. 4th and 26 in a Big Ten championship game against Michigan State when he was with Wisconsin. A big completion helped lead his team to a victory. A big 4th down throw for a touchdown in an NFC championship game against the San Francisco 49ers. When the chips are down, this guy plays at a big level.
Wilson now off the bootleg. That's caught by the former Sooner, Mark Andrews. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 12 yards that time and a Cincinnati first down.
First and 10 at the 37-yard line.
And this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
53.
On first, the hands of Burton. He fights forward for a couple with a penalty flag down. And the linemen, they're already walking back. Umpire threw the flag, usually always indicates holding, and that's what we've got.
And you know, depending on their positioning, where you are on the field, the umpire's got different responsibilities, but always, always making sure no one's holding.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Play action. Now Wilson. Rolling to his right. He'll try and run it. Able to find a lot of empty space there, picking up the first down at a 21-yard gain.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Cut. 315. 53. Mike. Cut. That's the way. Check. 53's Mike. Cut.
On first down, they'll run with Chubb. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, people say bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
On the jet sweep, here's Cooper. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
Even though positive yardage was gained on that play, I think the defense has to be happy. Obviously, they were prepared for some trick plays coming into the game, and they looked very aware that those could happen on any given down.
On third down, Wilson. He can run for it, and he will. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll take you to Orlando and Jonathan Coachman. Coach will have highlights and analysis of this first half, one that's featured no touchdowns as of yet on either side.
So his job's a little bit easier for this halftime.
Need to give the coach some highlights here.
Yes, we do.
The coverage may be too good that time as he breaks away for 19 with his legs and a first down.
Man, defensively, that hurts. They got him out of his rhythm. They had him hemmed in, but somehow he was able to tuck it away and get away for a gain.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. He's got his man. It's Andrews. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. Now Wilson. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Allen Robinson, the intended receiver. And that'll make it 3rd down.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. 8th play of the drive forthcoming, and they need 8 yards on 3rd down. From the shotgun, Wilson. And he's got his target. That's more. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. So it's 1st and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. They'll give it to Chubb, and he takes it into the end zone. Touchdown, Bengals. Taking it in from 2 yards out, and the Bengals have taken the lead.
And while that touchdown does not give them an insurmountable lead, it's still a lead, and that always feels good to a team.
They'd love to take that into the lockers, but a little time left on that clock, so some work to do.
I like that. I like how you're guarding against a letdown there.
Already looking forward.
Coaching them up from right up here in the booth.
Now Matt Prater for the point after. And this is up and good to make it 7-3. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And Nick Chubb the one to finish it off as he does so with a touchdown run. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. This fielded at the 2. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here.
And you have to figure they won't just sit on the football here in the final minute. The way things have gone, they need to try to make something happen offensively.
But maybe they should. Maybe they should sit on it here because of what you just said. They haven't made anything happen offensively. Getting ready to go into the half, give them a chance to take a deep breath, exhale a little bit, and start over. I don't know if this is the time to push it myself.
Now, right now, under 100 yards of total offense.
First down, Garoppolo. And a quick throw here, that's complete. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half.
Here we go,
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Here's Garoppolo to throw. And this one hauled in by Rudolph.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
Here we go.
A nickel look now for the Bengals as they try to stop him here on 3rd down.
Here we go.
They'll try to run for the first down with Hunt. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. He's got it to Hilton. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Give him 14 yards there and a Denver first down. Now the Broncos will use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half.
Here we go.
Number 53, Mike 53. I'm trying to collect.
Throwing on first is Garoppolo. And Rudolph has it, the tight end. And they'll wind up getting this to the 37. Gain of 9. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. So on 2nd down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game. As it's time now to send you back stateside to Orlando, Florida, and check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. As they say here in London, all to play for as we are back underway in the second half. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Cincinnati coming back onto the field here for their second drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. A little jet sweep to start the drive. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Mike, I'm going to come back to you. I'm going to come back to you.
A quick throw out wide, caught by Robinson. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. It'll wind up being a loss of 2, and that'll make it 3rd down.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
To throw on 3rd down. Wilson got him in. He finds Sanders. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. It's a gain of 13, and the Bengals have a 1st down.
Nice catch right there. Brings to mind the sentence, when in doubt, find your veterans.
I used to laugh back in the day when they would call guys like him crafty veterans. You get up in your 30s, you're still playing receiver, but you're around that long at that position, you're doing something right.
Just remember this. When he was young, he thought the crafty veteran was simply a guy who couldn't run anymore. Now he understands a little bit better.
Check, 53, drop deep, check.
A run for Nick Chubb. Oh, fighting off the defender. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
And again, it's Chubb. Finding some room at midfield. 27 yards there, a 1st down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 35-yard line. They run. Chubb. Yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
The last run got 9. That leaves them with 2nd and a yard. He finds Robinson. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
Now that was well defended, and as a cornerback, what you're taught when you see a wide receiver screen, either you get underneath the play before the blocking forms, or you're going to have to fight your way through it by getting through some blocking. That was a really nice play there.
Seventh play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Cooper's got it. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Wilson going to lead his guys up 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Getting the sack, the 227-pound linebacker, Quan Alexander.
No doubt that's a very good play defensively right there, because you've always got to be aware that he can take off and make a big play with his legs. How about the way they were able to contain him? That also tells me the coverage was excellent downfield.
So maybe just a momentary setback on what's been a great drive so far, but 2nd and 13 here.
Now it's Wilson. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
By the way, I got to apologize because I just realized for about the last 4 or 5 plays I'm eking over into your territory up here in the booth. My bad. I'm going to get back over to my spot.
Yeah, we're not talking about our on-air commentary. I mean, what is all this extra paper? I mean, this is unusual for you.
My bad.
Normally you run a really tight ship. What's going on here?
Just like that incomplete pass, I'm going to try to tighten things up here for this next play.
And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. From 21 yards away. And the Bengals, they widen their lead.
And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions, and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
Now Prater to add the PAT. And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game. A pretty long drive that time. 11 plays all told. And it's finished off with a Cincinnati touchdown. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now this Broncos offensive unit ready to head back out onto the field. First and 10. And his throw's going to be incomplete. He was looking for his running back, Aaron Jones, that time. And that'll bring up second down.
Looked like he had a couple of different options as far as who to throw to on that play. And who am I to say this, but I'm not sure he made the right decision.
Well, the window of opportunity is always going to be small in the NFL. That's why those quarterbacks who make quick decisions and have quick releases have the most success in this league.
Garoppolo to try again on second down. Complete to Hilton. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down. Those short little routes probably going to be open. The defense, they'll let those happen, especially when they can make an inbounds tackle.
Yeah, where's Coach Madden when you need him? He always talked about taking what the defense gives you, but sometimes you have to know when you have to take more. That was one of those situations.
Garoppolo now. He's got Lockett. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. Give him 14 yards there and a Denver first down. And a two-score game, obviously. Every play, every third down, like we saw there, magnified. Big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to third down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
Here we go.
Garoppolo now, first down throw. And the catch made by Hilton. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up second and a yard at the 47-yard line.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. This is Hunt. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. Look at a nice little drive brewing right here.
First down now, but the clock continues to move. Play action, Garoppolo. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. Von Miller doing what he does best with a sack.
Exactly what they were looking for. They've been giving up yardage. They've been letting them drive right downfield, but they got a sack right there. How about that for a little bit of revenge?
The Broncos in their hurry-up try to get to their positions and get set quickly. Throwing on 2nd and long. Garoppolo. Looking left sideline, but it's incomplete.
Thrown to the sideline and incomplete. Sets up a third down and 18.
Here we go.
7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down. Working from the gun, Garoppolo. And that is incomplete.
Well, he'd been targeted quite a bit on this drive, and finally I think the guys on the defensive side, they said no more. They slapped the double coverage on him, made it very tough for him to get the ball.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Garoppolo going to go on 4th down. He's going to let it fly. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. On 4th down, that turned out like a punt. Maybe he was better defensively there just to knock it down.
And you know they go over those situations. All right, 4th down, where's the ball? Where would we get the ball? But instinct takes over, and when it's in the air, they just go and get it. So it's hard to get on him for intercepting it, but the smart play would have been what you suggested. Knock it down and take over in a deeper position.
Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point.
What? 380. 53. Mike. Watch the flag. Watch the flag. Watch the flag. Watch the flag.
They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. And good yardage as he gets this one up to about the 23. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds left to play. So they come up on second down. If they can get another run like we just saw, would likely put an end to this thing. They run it again with Chubb. And he's able to get up here to the 26. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. The Bengals go down to a knee in the victory formation. Now the Broncos will use their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this fourth quarter. Down to a knee one more time, and that should just about do it.
I don't know about you, partner, but watching them take the knee there and finish this one off, I feel like I'm going to be sore tomorrow. This was one bruising affair. Low scoring, but my kind of football.
Not a work of art, but maybe in your world, a little bit of a work of art. You like the defensive side.
I thought it was pretty. I can't help myself. I thought it was pretty.
And it ends in a kneel down as the clock rolls down to zeros.
So this one in the win column now for the Cincinnati Bengals. And, you know, it wasn't a shutout. They did give up the points in the first quarter, but second, third, and fourth quarter, they held them scoreless.
Brandon, if you throw a shutout for quarters 2, 3, and 4, you're going to win a lot of games in this league. And this felt a lot like, almost like if you say baseball, and the pitcher goes through the lineup the first time and the hitters get to see him, and then they come out after that and the bats start blazing, right? I think they saw their best stuff in the first quarter and just shut everything down from that point on. What a great, convincing performance.